Hi, I'm Meredith Sasseen with Yoga News TV. This is Sean Korn, and we're learning all about new definitions of God, deepening our spirituality or our connection to Mother Earth here. Yesterday, you were out on the lawn, and in many of your classes, every class of yours, prayer is a foundational element, and many people love the power of your prayers, and they actually learn to pray just through hearing you pray out loud. One of the questions that Terry asked on our Facebook page was, what places are you pulling prayer from? She named a number of different influences that she thought perhaps you were taking from. Can you talk a little bit about your definition of God and where you're sourcing from?
Sure. I've always defined God as that which exists within, that's truth and love. And so I reclaimed the word God because for the longest time my relationship with God was very patriarchal. And in some ways, it had that duality. And it wasn't how I was raised. I wasn't raised with religion at all. My mother is Jewish, my father's half Jewish, half Catholic, and they decided to take religion out of the family. It was a very loving family, but not a religious one. And so what I picked up from my community and my school around God was a very judgmental, in some ways mean-spirited essence. And so I rejected God for that, and certainly the word. When I started getting into spirituality, I realized that by empowering God in a negative way was really doing a disservice, to that energy. And so I decided to reclaim the word, but to try to make sense of it in a way that worked for me. So again, it's that which exists within, that's of truth and love, and that which exists within exists within all. And I've always felt very strongly that you can be an atheist and have an incredibly strong spiritual practice if you commit your life to truth and love. I mean, there are a lot of religious people I know who are critical and judgmental and create separation and are cruel. And there's a lot of atheists and non-religious people that live their life in service and in integrity and authenticity, and to me that's holy. And so when I pray in the room, I try to make my languaging very universal. I don't really resource from any specific methodology. I say out loud what it is that I need to hear. When I'm praying, it's only ever what I need to hear, because if I don't feel it, no one else is going to feel it. If I'm just saying something that's random, you're going to feel that disconnect. So I've got to mean it. And so it's usually pretty personal and it's pretty intimate. I just phrase it in a way that's very general, that everyone can relate to. But what I do try to include are forms of spirituality that are very impactful to many, but are usually kind of on the fringe. Like, for example, the program. There's a lot of people who come into my room, they're in 12-step recovery, so I bring in the higher power. I make sure that that's always mentioned. I bring in Mother Earth. For some people, that Mother Earth is going to be the connection that they have to Source and to divinity and God. If I'm in environments where I know that there's a lot of Christians in the room, I'm going to bring in Jesus. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It's just, to me, it's just an expression of vibration that's representative of that light. And so, again, I don't follow one particular methodology. I try to be really broad with it, universal, magical. My spiritual practice is a magical practice, and and in magic, everything is inclusive. It's alchemy. And so everything is fair game as far as I'm concerned when prayers and when I get into my prayers.
Thank you so much for bringing the power of prayer. It's great to see people's lives being enhanced from it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We're taking in the beauty here on Oahu. We're at Wonderlust 2014. Sean Korn and I'm Meredith Sasseen. Thanks for watching Yoga News TV.